Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons, and critically fumble a lot. Hopefully not quite as often as 3 of these yahoos did yesterday. That was the worst rolls in the history of anything. We're hoping that you just got them out of the way. I think it was Nick who actually said, just purge the bad rolls now, so I can have the good ones tomorrow. Not sure the RNG works that way, but pray to RNGesus, I don't know. Previously, the Cupcake Coterie ended up in the Elven Wild, largely to check on things, because in part, that's what Ryland went to find them for in the first place, and has got kind of detoured around half the continent since. um, but, you're there now with the encampment with the few people who weren't refugeed out under nearly perpetual siege. But mostly the gang went because that's where the Omen Griffin said that radiant bomb was going to be. So they were hunting up likely locations and doing some favors for Ryland's encampment, and eventually wound up trying to hunt down the wellspring that effectively is the heart of the Elven Wild as far as they're aware. With finding a whole lot of particularly interesting things along the way, including a walrus and a fairy, who were going to lead the group to the walrus's cave house, whatever, so they could talk a bit about this. But the walrus was then summarily clawed out by what turned out to be a mechanical construct of Tiamat. They came up with a reasonably good battle plan, which involved Alice more or less becoming fairy-sized and flying in through the heat vents to see if she could shut it down from the inside. And it is kind of a good thing that it was her at the end of the day, because she located not so much a fail-safe shut-off valve, but the unstable radiant energy bomb. And since she was wearing the bling that was supposed to absorb most of the energy from it, she was like, okay, change of plan, sending Ryland, get them all together and get them out. Because there's going to be overspill. And no, you came nowhere near losing Alice A. Darwin is being in... I was going to say he's being overdramatic, but then I realized he's just being a bard. Of course, not that any of the rest of the party is going to believe that either, frankly, but never mind. You did manage to turn the giggling lunatic into chunky salsa. There is no way you're ever going to be able to determine what gender that individual was, because there's not enough left of them. Not that anybody really cares, but,
I was going to say, sacrifices need to be made.
And the Aranese were like, yeah, okay, take your chew toy, we're going over there now. What y'all want to do about that, I have no idea, but that's kind of what we're here to find out. Because the decision was, Alice was knocked unconscious by a variety of things that there's probably going to be a story told about that at some point this evening, but once she got woken up, it really was just okay. We draw a door, we settle for the night, we figure out what the hell to do next, and then we talk to the walrus. We are in no shape to talk to the walrus, because I'm not sure Hazel's done screaming profanity yet. I mean, it's Hazel.
Yeah, that entire profanity tirade finished up with the halfling version of the word I'm not sure. Halfling version of the word thunder.
We're all adults here. You can say thunder cunt if you have to.
All right, just making sure.
And if Darwin is going, no, cunts have warmth and depth. That one, not so much. Then Darwin's just.
All right. Ah!
At which point Cherie really is just turns Hazel around, nudges towards the door of the surreal estate. Come on. Stop swearing at the viscera.
Yeah, just headed into the surreal estate.
Yeah, so into the surreal estate, and Cherie is sort of, alright, is this another one of those situations where nobody has the metaphorical spoons to decide what to do about dinner? I'll take that
It's
as
been,
I'll take that as yes.
yeah.
And sort of grabs Hazel. You are going to help me chop things. Yoink.
Perfect.
And leans back. Rylan, are you still all right with seafood or not all right with seafood?
Leaning in the alright direction?
Ah, good. I know just the thing. There's going to be a lot of chopping. Yoink.
Yeah, I'm just rolling with this. This sounds interesting.
Yes, and while dinner is being prepared, what is everybody else doing? Alice is just kind of going. I'm going to see if the unseen servants can mend some of the outfit. I lose more outfits this way.
Probably gonna examine my gear, my armor, my weapon, stuff like that.
I mean, your weapons, as you left it, it seems to be a little bit better about taking extremes of heat. But then again, you weren't standing right in the middle of a raging inferno. Ex- Not quite, anyway. Although 90-foot cone, you're getting close at that point. But all that's really amiss is the slightly offset lightning thing, whatever, that you probably don't want to touch because you're not the expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Alice, it's just change of clothes and bath.
Yeah, Barnabas is definitely going to be bathing just to get the stench of all of that off.
Yes, there.
Remy flops into a chair.
Yeah.
So there are some people who actually care about smelling like a petrol fire. Okay. Others not so much.
Clarity's just gonna flop on the floor and pet cats or whatever comes her way.
Well, the menagerie tends to be self-contained, so mostly you just get Michigan doing the loaf on your chest.
Entire griffin.
Pet, 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 pet.
Boomf. Snacks. As those of you who have flopped into chairs in a state of grubby are getting not entirely unseen servants sort of going foot tapping like why are you leaving stains on the upholstery? And Remy doesn't care. This does not surprise me.
It's gonna be a bit,
Surely there are multiple people who can cast prestidigitation.
she goes to like try and clean up a bit.
I'm just gonna leave Remy in the chair. Although when Alice is comes out sort of clean and dressed in clothes that are not now fit for the rag bin, going, really?
What?
You will feel better if you're less grubby. And then just sort of picks her up out of the chair over the shoulder. Yoink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll more or less leave it as she will not literally deposit Remy into the bath clothes and all, but it is a close thing. She does jokingly threaten to do so.
That is fair.
Meanwhile, Hazel does get prestidigitated in between various bits of Cherie making a purely seafood paella. So it's, cook, measure, gling, gling, gling. And Hazel
I'm
probably...
just following along.
Yeah, Hazel is chopping whatever she's given and doesn't notice she's clean until she's clean. Clarity is approached with not quite unseen servants with mops.
Clarity takes a mop and just starts rubbing it on her.
Yeah, once you've set the once you've set that as a thing, they are literally mopping you.
Cool.
This does not actually help the dirt that much.
Oh,
No.
And Michigan is caught in the middle of it. This is a Wet Beast Wednesday level of pathetic. Well, it's just sort of...
no.
Ew.
Clarity's giving him a mohawk.
With feathers. The head is feathers.
Yeah, but like,
Attempting cockatiel, not managing that well. Not with that level. Not. I don't think you can do that to...
putting a good effort into it.
Yeah, which, to be fair, is when Michigan vacates. Like, pfft, no. And it's a little too soggy to fly, so next thing Hazel knows, there's this pathetic...
What
Help!
the-
Yeah, this soggy,
Okay.
soggy Michigan.
Hold still and using the prestidigitation that I have
Yep.
off of the mark.
It actually does the stropping against your ankles thing, which is interesting because you get both the fur and the feathers.
Going to end up redirecting half those feathers in like 2 seconds already. Prestidigitate again. How fluffy is he now?
Prestidigitate basically gets the state you want, so no, he's fine.
Okay, good. So he's not.
No, he's just rubbing up against your ankles like I am dry, I am happy.
Maybe, depending on how long this takes, you will have bonus seafood.
Delicious?
Soon, yes.
Sweetie on the floor.
Clarity on the floor.
Sweetie on the floor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because unfortunately Clarity is getting to that level of of pathetic Soggy herself.
She's turned over.
So if anybody happens to be in the sitting room, you're seeing Clarity getting her back mopped. Alice is just, I'm not getting involved in this. Nobody's doing anything great. Okay.
Because I'm still in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but
Just wanted to remind everybody else, I can't see any of this. This is outside the kitchen.
I'm not sure if I'm back there or not.
well, it's up to you where and when you wander. The sitting area is still comfy, so it's up to you if you decide to turn up there after washing up.
Yeah, I'm probably back. So,
Yeah, like I say, anybody passing through finds Clarity getting mopped.
everything okay down there?
Yep.
This is not getting her very much cleaner, just by the way.
You do know that's not really helping, right?
No. I mean, yes, I know, but yes.
Alice entering the kitchen just to see what's going on. Uh, you might want to tell your girlfriend that she's not a hardwood floor.
Oh boy, Michigan was being literal.
And sure he is. Just go. Everything's chopped. It's fine.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna walk to Clarity location.
Yeah, the mopping is about done. There seems to be some debate about, those carpet beaters?
Hmm.
They're apparently trying to decide whether the reason this isn't working is because she's a rug and needs to be spanked, basically.
Babe, darling,
Yes.
love of my life. Bath, spa, now. I am giving you a back massage to make up for the fact that you just got mopped.
It's not unpleasant.
Yeah, well, I should be the one doing it, not them.
All right.
And scoop and yoink.
This seems to be the theme this evening. I was just gonna say, eventually people get more or less presentable, and yeah, big old pot of seafood paella. So, various of the fish from Hearthhome and prawns that were probably conjured from somewhere. That kind of thing. Actually, this is probably something Rylan would kind of like, just on the. It's a lot of mild spices and saffron and kind of stuff. So,
It's not the nuclear shit you've seen me make.
yes, that's. To be fair, that's at least part of why Cherie was like, go. Alice may or may not be adding some burn lichen to hers and then passing the container to Hazel.
Just trying to take it without being too obvious.
Cherie is, it's fine. We understand that some of you have taste buds of mithril. Alice says, okay, so what did I miss? Being, in the mechanical belly of the mechanical beast.
The Eranies showed up.
Well, I mean,
When they saw us giving me giggling lunatic what for, they were like, you can have him, and just bug it off, pretty much.
in the middle of a fight with a gigantic construct. Technically, guys, no, this happened after you beat the construct.
That was
Oh, no,
It's at the end.
after you.
Ah, so different reason I missed it. I mean, y'all looked kind of like hell.
We were right when we guessed that it had a um, flavor of dragon breath per head, and it was entirely region of fuck everything in the direction that it spat.
Well, I mean, it's even if it was just meant to be a five-headed dragon, it'd have that. You'd think, anyway.
Yeah, just, very appropriate matching nonsense, and it kept hitting large swaths of everyone.
I guess the kind of spread that makes spreading out around it difficult?
Well, it's
Plenty of
hard to
very large cones.
to get around in, spread out when there are 5 different heads that can go in different directions and not just one.
Sorry, I'm mentally jotting this all down, for if slash when, as Ree says, probably when we have to actually fight Tiamat. It's probably gonna be that, but worse.
Yeah, kind of had omnidirectional coverage.
Well, yeah, anything with more than one head probably is going to. But yeah, no, good thought. Don't know if harder to penetrate or the same, because on one level you've got deity scales, on the other you have metal.
Probably going to be harder.
I mean, insofar as inside went, there were two things that probably could have been switched. One looked like between a defensive and an offensive mode. I should tell you guys that it was set to defensive mode.
Well, he did want to test things, didn't he?
It,
I guess.
as far as I could tell from the looking around, it's about where the power was mostly going. In the defensive mode, I guess maybe, well, defense, that thing that made magic not affect it as well. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But I think if it had switched to offense, magic probably would have affected it more, but all of that power would have gone into its weapons.
Including the worst loogies in all of existence.
well. I'm glad it didn't go to. It was in defensive mode then. Ugh.
Well, you're glad it wasn't in offensive mode, because it was.
Yeah,
It was. Yep. The other was probably the shut off, but I didn't think that was as important as the bomb.
Mm.
No.
How have those things felt now that they've sucked down all that energy?
I mean, the bracelet's just the bracelet. The pendant, I mean, it's shiny, but beyond that, nothing all that different.
Okay. We definitely probably should go to a shrine, either Lyra's or that one at Agraf, just as soon as
Heskan,
possible
you
with
mean?
those.
Because I mean, Lyra's a good cleric, but she's not a researcher.
The reason I say her is because she can see everything.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know the history behind it.
Point taken. I'm just saying shrine earliest opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm saying that it ought to be someplace where we're looking to find out what it does. If Lyra looks at it in the way that she looks at things and sees what it is, that doesn't tell us what it does or what other pieces it might need to make it do something else, and where to find those pieces. For that, you want either Heskan and his contemporaries in Egref or the Silver Vault. Possibly the Heavens Ward in Anbir, but I don't know if we want to be going back there.
Yeah.
And it sure is. I don't think he'll be in any particular trouble. Just as an aside, you will get looked at a great deal, but no one holds anything against you at this point. You've done the apology tour. You just don't like the idea because you don't like the idea. Looking over at Remy doing the kind of thing.
Remy wrinkles her nose.
Not a fan
The
anymore, I
actual
take
city
it.
wasn't the issue. Remember?
Oh, yes.
And, to sound rather unfortunately callous about it, everyone in that place who really annoyed you is now dead. Or Erinese.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, not there
They've
anymore.
either- Yeah, they fucked off or exploded.
We'll go
Which was
wherever
also a
we need
form
to
of
go,
fucking off.
of course.
That's the thing. Do we have any idea where the Erinese are going?
No, unfortunately,
First thought that
we
comes
could
to
omen
mind-
griffin it.
First thought that comes to my mind is the font, but
Well, what would they do there? Is the question.
corrupted, I guess. I don't know.
They're not the ones corrupting things.
Oh right, no, they.
They're anti that stuff. They'd plug the hole if anything.
Or they more likely cut it, burn it out entirely, and
That's I
Make
think
things
that's
worse.
what she was saying. Just less viscerally. Surprisingly for Hazel, but
I'm usually trying to say things simply. I'm just bad at it.
no, I think you were actually really good at it. It's just that apparently it needed further description. So what you're saying, just making sure that you guys are on the same page, is that they would do to the font what they did to my people.
Pretty much. They'd try to somehow remove it. Either
Or drain its power to make a new bomb or
well,
something.
remove it and or save it by either cutting it out or plugging the hole.
And
'Cause it's coming from somewhere.
and Ava, as far as the bomb goes, making another one, I get the impression from the fact that they just literally let you turn the giggling lunatic into paste that they don't want to do that again. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just a guess from the expressions on most of you.
Because if the giggling crazy was one of Zarahil's contingencies, then that contingency's off the table. Whatever other plans the archdevils have, we don't know what those are. All we knew was boom. And that's been taken off the table. Plus, I don't think we want to talk to Zariel again, because the last time we got anywhere near that, and or did, never doing that again. Just
no,
point
we're
blank,
not
never doing that
talking to
again.
Zariel.
Shuri is giving a slightly wry look to Barnabas. Yeah, grin and
Case
then
in point.
and then very focused on paella. Oh, nom nom nom.
Yep.
He flagged he basically this for clarity, he basically all but went, I know something you don't know.
Say the arch
Duchess.
devil
Yeah,
of Avernus.
it was not my brightest hour at all.
Yeah, I would gather that.
We'll send the Arnies back to the Hells sooner or later. Though we might have other priorities.
I'm wondering if they're literally trying to fight Tiamat, wouldn't they might just want to go back to the Hells anyway.
Don't they have ways of just going back? Their own? They probably went back by themselves.
I don't know how Aranese work. I'm not one. I'm never planning to be one.
I'm just guessing, given they appear to have been able to just pop wherever to just pop into the prime material when they're hellbound things.
Maybe it's because they weren't once?
Yeah.
But that's another thing. We'd probably have to ask a researcher cleric.
Yeah, because the alternative would be, running dick first into Avernus to check.
I think a terrible lot of us are missing that particular appendage, so we can't quite do that.
In the metaphorical!
Look,
I'm going
I'm
to
here.
keep sending them back to the Hells until they stop coming back, but we can chase them down another
You
day.
have to. Don't you have. I'm pretty sure the only way to make them stop coming back is to follow them when you send them back and then stab them again.
Oh. I'm not doing that.
Well, then they're gonna keep coming back!
The implication was I'm going to keep killing them to incentivize them to keep coming back.
I think I think I think Zariel's scarier than you, love.
Remy, their boss is.
Okay, Hazel.
And then their boss has a boss, and
Yes,
their boss has
I
a
know.
bigger boss.
This is a fascinating conversation, guys, but it's really not giving us a what next.
I mean, our biggest what next is research person, or I don't know, follow the Aranese and shake them down for information somehow?
I'm taking it we only know a very vague direction because y'all were busy making chunky salsa.
Yeah, we kind of just know they went that away.
That
Just vaguely gesturing.
And that was a
assumes
while
they
ago.
know something that we don't. And they have another plan now that they've given up on the bomb. Otherwise, research is a good idea. We know that.
Because for all we know, they weren't told anything that we don't already know.
What we know is that Tiamat has to die. And that's no small feat.
And all the same, it's still a casual mention of killing a god. I mean, I know we're pretty sure that those reboot, but I'm assuming it's gotta be more than just stabbing them repeatedly. I don't think they'd be gods if they died by the sword.
Not just any sword, certainly.
I think you need a lot more upgrades on Scale Splitter.
Quite possibly. That's what we need to research.
I honestly think you'd probably have to ask Jenna.
Jenna's more likely to give us answers than the Aranese.
Well, it's not that, it's just she made it. she would probably have at least a sense of what it is and what it has the potential to turn into.
Mm-hmm.
And, potentially which rituals you'd have to perform to get it to the point of literal god killing weapon. Although I should flag up that it should probably be more than one of us who has a weapon capable of killing gods.
Definitely so.
Yeah, because, I mean, I very obviously love you, but we're not your backup band.
I don't want a backup band.
I don't know, I think we'd be a very attractive backup band, but it might be nice to actually, just in case we need a plan B, C, D, E, F, etc.
We're going to need more than one weapon, yes.
That can at least hurt a deity. Kill is up in the air.
I mean, that's the big question. How do you kill a god?
Sounds like we're doing to go back to the Silver Vault.
Or start with Egref. And in the case of the case of Scale Splitter, you talk to the steel singer that made it.
Mm-hmm.
My
At least
question
we have a way to the Steel Singer really, really fast, and I'm pulling up the key.
Yeah, as soon as we find an actual door. We're far away from that hunter's cottage.
Means Agref first, then, for the sake of doors everywhere.
Well, we do still have to. I do not believe I'm saying this. Talk to the walrus.
Yeah, that's still confusing. Given with the bomb theoretically gone, wouldn't normal reality reassert itself, or are things just that bent sideways around here?
The hearts of various countries, provinces, etc., as far as I understand it, are condensed magic.
Yeah, so it wasn't just that bending it sideways. Because, well, our encounter with the Star Coast heart wasn't exactly a reality tilting sideways. It was more great googly moogly, it has face tentacles and wings.
Well, I mean, also keep in mind that it's also less. It's also. Well, it's just also less because the Elven Wild's heart is just the heart of the Elven Wild. It's not divided into provinces, baronies.
Oh.
The Elven Wild
Oh,
just
great.
is
This one's
the wild.
focused. This one's.
This one feeds the forest it's the heart for. It does what our hearts do.
What's a concept? So. The other ones are diluted, then. The difference is. One's. The ones in, like, the Baron's Veers is all. Each individual one's is a flagon of beer. The one here is just 5 times distilled vodka out of Bergtown or something.
Something like that. I mean, it's also a difference, I think, between a lot of the Elven Wild is uninhabited.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Baronsvir and Equitas, a lot of that is made or at least shaped by humanoids. The heart here is raw nature.
That explains why it magnetized an Archfey so quickly, or so closely. They're really, really attuned with everything around them that is the natural world in every single weird little way it behaves. After all, whimsy is a part of how the world works.
I have
And
been,
we've seen what Clarity's lady does.
I would honestly love to see her domain in the Shattered Lands. Probably not stay for very long, as I imagine it would be excessively pink. But just to see, you know.
Maybe we should. Maybe that could be a point of research because in their own domains, don't they have more resources?
What would we be researching? The Shattered Lands have been kind of off to the side a bit from reality since the Shattering.
Yeah, but if stuff's outside reality, maybe that's where we can find a key to hitting something that's part of our own reality, like the gods. After all, Tiamat got smacked through it. Maybe a piece of it can hurt Tiamat.
You know, that's not what I think of when I think of Tiamat was smacked through that. It's still cracked, obviously, or the Shattered Lands wouldn't be like they are. A
See,
whole,
my thinking was like the glass in a window.
yeah, and that hole works both ways.
Oh, you're thinking she'll climb back in through the metaphorical broken window.
I mean, it's a possibility we need to look at, but I don't think that the people of the Shattered Lands do a lot of studying of their own world. So they probably wouldn't know. We'd need to find researchers who study the Shattered Lands.
And that would also be an Agraf in the Silver Vault.
Pretty much, yeah. And the main reason I suggest Agref is that a lot of us don't have a whole lot of the Silver Vault unlocked. And we don't have the time for a whole bunch of quests to unlock more when we have such a vague set of questions. The very least,
Did
talking
get
to.
Ava's um weapon fixed also.
So Agraf seems to be where we're going after we talk to Walrus.
Shreyas, we
Mhm.
should also check out Ambir. There might be some retirees for a start, and frankly, if I'm standing behind you in various spots of that nature in Anbir, you're more likely to get answers than you were when you first arrived.
Going back to the how would you kill a god thing, though, did because if he if Bahamut punched her through the Avernus, but wouldn't well, I mean, was that because he couldn't kill her, or because he didn't want to?
I think the big question is whether it matters.
Well, if it was because he couldn't, and my thinking is if a god couldn't kill another god,
We can't think that way.
Yeah, that way leads that's the route to giving up.
no,
We don't do that here.
I'm not giving up. It's just something we don't know. So
Uh, sorry, that still is a line of questioning that leads towards we can't do it. No. It's not that we can't do it. We just don't know how to do it. And whether or not we can kill is not the most of our point. Our point is can we hurt her? Period. We have to let's get there first before we figure out whether or not doing that does anything.
I mean,
Because remember, the gods are powered, they are our faith.
to be fair, they seem to have some separate identity of their own, or some of the genocides would have changed them a fair bit, but there's something different about, well, mortality.
Mhm.
Like, gods can be tainted, but humans and other sapient species can be made immune where gods can't. So there's something there. That's something we can do that gods can't.
Yeah, something about the blend of what we are with that divine energy filling the cracks, that leads to us being immune. The gods are entirely that divine power, so if it was just the divine power that was immune, then they wouldn't be worried about getting corrupted in the first place.
Ideas are the seeds of gods. The the soul taint is a poisoned idea. Yeah, it's a mimetic infection, I think, is the point. Is they're easier to corrupt because they are an idea wrapped in a whole bunch of divine power. We're more than an idea. We're like 50 million ideas in a trench coat.
Yeah, given every person has an idea, or every person has an idea, and every person usually has more than one.
And they pick up ideas from other people. So, more ideas. Like I said, 50 million ideas in a trench coat.
That's the biggest trench coat in all of reality.
Ideas don't have to necessarily be big.
Yeah, but collectively, that's massive. You said 50 million ideas in a trench coat. That's all. That is a lot of trench coat.
Yeah, what if the ideas are so small you can't see them?
I figure they'd still create a pretty big mass, given eventually through sheer quantity. A lot of stuff is still a lot of stuff.
Yes, but if it's small enough not to be seen, it could still conceivably fit 50 million of them in a trench coat. Cherie is going, this is what passes for philosophy in this group.
We say things that are ridiculous. I mean, back home there was an entire what was it? It was a really stupid, silly argument, but it was what would be heavier, like 20 pounds of candy from yoink from Edwina's, or 20 pounds of feathers.
Yes,
pulled out of our pillows.
It would be very difficult to pull 20 pounds of feathers out of individual pillows. You'd need a lot of pillows. It's this is the kind of so-called philosophical conundrum that comes from people not understanding the difference between weight and mass.
Bunch of kids, yes.
I'm sorry, how old were the kids in question?
So this happened when I was 10?
I knew better than that at 6.
You know I'm not smart!
I wasn't referring to you, I was referring to everyone else you spoke to. You say the same words twice. What's heavier? 20 pounds of candy or 20 pounds of... They're the same words!
Yeah, no, I know that. Sorry, it's just you said this is what passes for philosophical arguments. And I just wanted to emphasize I have had dumber arguments.
Yes, but that's not philosophy. That's basic physics and getting it wrong.
I mean, yeah, that's also still a dumber argument. So I guess we're both coming at it from different angles here.
I was talking about philosophy, not arguments. You can argue about anything. You philosophize about philosophical concepts.
Gear spin, clunk. Oh.
We have comprehension. So while we're having to give us a breather from all of this, because I sort of see everyone getting slightly fed up with everyone else. How is the paella?
It's delicious.
Very
Very
good.
Yay, food!
It's incredible. Actually, I never really wanted to be an adventurer when I was a child. If my child self could see me now, I believe the word in Hoffling is Schadenfreude.
Processing.
Yeah, you've heard that word a few times. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely the right one. That is the most direct one of it too.
In any case, dessert. Tinkers briefly and brings out, because you guys are a fairly large group, it's actually 3 fondue pots. Plates of fruit and chunks of cake, just bunk bunk. Barnabas probably thought he would never see this again. Remy had this like once for her 15th birthday and got funny looks when she started eating the fondue chocolate out of the bowl with a spoon. And the rest of you are not entirely sure what this is beyond this looks fascinating, tell me more, which is kind of what Darwin is doing.
Oh, oh, I see that most of you don't know what this is. Let me demonstrate.
I'm going to let you explain this, darling. From the look on your face, it's something that will cheer you up.
It is. Thank you, dear. Really. All right. It's very simple. Pot of usually chocolate or something. Take skewer, treat, dunk, and eat. That's all.
You can do it with savory things with cheese as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to do a fondue jamboree. It's been a while since I put together one of those.
Ooh, that's. I love everything to do with those words. That's for sure.
In Amber, we do tend to do it with more than just chocolate and cheese.
Oh.
Uh, Sort of a creamier version of caramel, and I realize what is going to happen when I say this. Melted fudge.
Is that much saliva normal?
For him, when confronted with such an idea, yes. But and as for the cheese part, it's just the various different types of cheese.
Ooh.
Remember, hazel is very much kinds of cheese.
Hey, wait. Stop. 3 or 4 words back. Kinds?
Of
Cheese.
cheese?
I'm assuming
Oh,
because Farm Girl cheese comes in soft, hard, and that's more or less it.
Yeah, you got the kind that you get from when you do the stuff with the goat milk, and then you got the stuff that you get when you do the everything else.
You could do multiple cheeses with the same kind of milk.
And there are some with spices mixed in them.
Tick 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 clunk. And to once again bludgeon this analogy to death. Now the gears are spinning so fast you can see smoke coming out of her ears.
If we are going to stop in Ambier, I'm going to make a call and see if we can't get you all a cheese tasting.
you realize that means we are stopping at Ambien, right?
I'm saying if that's the decision you make, all right. But it's more that it's either that or if there's ever enough of a break from the madness.
Mm.
Um, there's a sort of a tour an airship tour cruise that goes around Zlatower. You stop in various of these smaller townships where they specialize in the various produce.
Oh,
So, where most of the cheese is made, where various different things are grown. And you go and you do tastings, stops at a couple of wineries, that kind of thing.
Wait. So you guys have a bog, right? Because there was cranberry stuff, right?
Yes, Bogtown.
Bogged the whole town's dedicated to. I have gone hypersonic.
I'm sure we told you about this. The town is literally on stilts above a large cranberry bog.
Yeah, the Hazel like clicked into the fact that each town is going to have a whole variety of each individual thing, and yeah, went to hypersonic squee for half a second.
Each a fondue, dear. When we're not saving the world, yes?
Save the world
Yes, very, yes,
first,
very,
try
very,
everything
very, yes.
later.
Sorry, what was that, Ryland?
Save the world first, try everything later.
Well, try as much as you can along the way, but we just don't have time enough for a 2-week tour.
That's fair.
Minute we save the world, I'm hitting the surprise me button. I'm hitting the surprise me button. I'm not stopping hitting the surprise me button.
Alice literally just spears a chunk of pound cake, dunks it in the chocolate, and right into Hazel's face. Now you know how it feels.
Cleric error 404. Cleric not found. Braid is error.
To be fair, I should be letting Clarity feed Hazel bits of fondue.
Cookie stuff.
Well, Hazel is still 404, so I'm leaving it up to you. Does Hazel manage to get her mouth open for dunked bit of fondue cookie?
There's like prod.
So now there's bits of melted chocolate all along Hazel's face.
Yep.
And I'm sure that was kind of Clarity's intention, given that face. You know, it's lucky I know how competent you are, because otherwise I would very much be the fate of the world is in the hands of children. Yes, I could see the mental image of you smooshing your snout against the Fudge Patch's window.
Because Hazel's like, what, 19?
As of like 2 days ago, actually, yes.
Uh, yeah, you say, you said children. I'm like, I'm 19, so not far off. Trying to just slowly sink now that she's come back down from the
Honestly,
apoplectic moment.
honestly, I think it's refreshing. You get too many heroes who are too puffed up on their own self-importance, too much believing in their own legends.
Mhm.
And the thing is, they're also idiots. But they're idiots who aren't having any fun. So they don't let off appropriate steam, and it gets all grim.
Hmm.
And as far as I remember some of the last sociology statistics, about 35% of them turn to alcohol to cope after the heroism is done.
Or they turn into people like the blueberry idiots.
No, they were just born that way, I think.
That that is that's a density of stupid that's greater than mine.
Keep in mind that were they retired heroes, they wouldn't have been fussing over minor wounds. In fact, they probably wouldn't have only inflicted minor wounds in the first place.
I mean, yeah, I'm just I said like the blueberry idiots. So I meant more just weird fixations and weird and stupid arguments.
No, most of them decide we've had quite enough of people asking us to do things. So they either spend their lives drunk or live in exile. Some of them open inns.
Huh, so not that far off from Mom and Mama. Except a whole different is very much aside from an inn is Hearth Home.
Well, there's that dwarven gentleman at the Book, Bow and Dragon, who I believe was also a quick flight diminutive. Your Lyra doing the work of a cleric in a small town.
Jenna.
Jen and Delbree, the last steel singer, apparently works in a little blacksmith in said same small town. But at least
Glory to Goldendale.
they're not quite exiles, though. They seem to have made themselves a small retirement resort. That maybe got a little bit bullied by dragons, but that was handled.
Glory to Goldendale.
Well, yes, particularly now that you've got Palor's blessings. So, for the record, the order of the day is Egref to, well, first the Walrus in the morning, then Egref to see to Ava's weapon, and see if we can narrow down research channels any. Alice is also Heskin's probably going to want to know what happened with this thing.
Yes.
probably then to Anbir to see if we can narrow things any further. Brief stop at Hearthhome, Goldendale more generally, just to see if we can get any answers out of Jenna about your magical sword, and we rethink after that. Now, what are we going to be asking the Grumpy Walrus? Since I believe part of it was going to be us asking if they'd actually seen the Erinyes, and we now know very much that they were here, and now are not. Alice says, well, if we're worried about the font or want to know any more about what it is,
Let's see if they've got anything about that.
if anything else is moving in this part of the forest. That's probably about enough if more questions present themselves from there. Shri gets up, starts rummaging around in the fridge, and returns with cheese board. Clunk. Yeah, some of that. I mean, you can kind of tell it must be cheese, but it's not cheese as you know it. To be fair, Ryland's probably having about the same problem. Clarity's heard of most of these. So it's mostly Ryland and Hazel who are lost.
You know, I have never sat down to try and list every possible way I could think to make cheese. Still don't think I would come up with even half of all of this.
Honestly, this isn't even all of the kinds.
What?
There are a great many ways you can make brie. That one. It's very good on crackers. Actually, all of it is. But, I'm sure he just demonstrates how to eat some of these because Hazel clearly has no fucking clue.
Oh no.
I figure we'll get the surprise me button pressing out of the way for a little bit. And keep in mind that anything I will bring to you in Anbir is going to be much better.
Thankfully not hypersonic, but very squeaky cleric.
She actually just prepares a Hazel cracker that's got a. It's a good brie with chili undernotes.
I reiterate, not hypersonic, but very squeaky cleric.
Alice says, like, if anybody wants cheese, I'd grab some before Hazel devours the whole board.
Yeah, you squeaky. You can see visibly vibrating with the like trying to restrain yourself from just buying.
Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna say everybody who wants cheese manages to grab things before Hazel's self-control runs out. It's
I
like,
can see where Michigan gets it.
to be fair, Michigan is now kind of trying to, because Corgi Puppy is trying to, I mean, flies up to the edge of the table, but can't have paws on the floor because too small. Delicious?
Yeah, that at least some of the cheese is ending up applied to feathery Dingus, Omen Griffin.
But for all the rest of it, it's Monty from Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Spot the olds in the room.
Hmm.
So yeah, at the end of that, Hazel is very happily full and probably slightly still boggled at the idea that there's more kinds than even that.
Jesus, yes.
And we're at about the break time, so we'll take a few minutes. When we come back, we'll do any last business in the evening, see if we want to talk to the Walrus to any great degree, and if we have time, we'll start the egg riff. See you in a few minutes. And we're back, settling in for the night with a plan in mind. In point of fact, it involves a little bit of teleportation hopping, but not like we've never done that before. Does anybody want to do anything before bed? I am taking that as a no. Come morning, probably slightly earlier than Ava would like. Tap 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 tap. And Alice leans in. I know you're doing the Palor thing now. I thought you might want to start the whole thing about dawn prayers, which I'm going to remind Hazel about. Want to watch?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Coming.
yeah. Waits until Ava throws some clothes on, wanders up to Hazel's room, and doesn't bother to knock because she doesn't really want to disturb Clarity. So it really is just yeep. What's your passive perception, Clarity?
17.
That was my base roll.
Sneaky AF.
But it's pretty good passive perception, though. Although, to be fair, this is expected. Clarity sleeps deep and hates early mornings. So, Ava gets to watch as Alice sort of removes Hazel from the Clarity cat cuddle pile without disturbing anything. Just yoink. And Hazel doesn't wake up until she is holding a pile of her clothes and standing out in the corridor. Punk. New cleric? I figured you could teach her the dawn salutations. You're muted. Smeagol, you're muted.
I was pressing it and it wasn't pressing. It takes a full 10 seconds more before the Hazel's brain spins up to actually understand what's going on.
I didn't.
At which point, squawk.
I didn't wake you because I didn't want to wake Clarity. So shush.
Right. Okay. I'm
And
gonna go deal with this, and
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Well, she actually just nudges you into a recently appeared door, which turns out to be a dressing room to change. So it's just, oh, neat. Poop.
Again, another somewhat muffled squawk.
Probably fairly muffled. This place is pretty well soundproofed.
And yeah, however long it takes me to get my clothes sorted and back out.
You trained at Mount Palor. You can probably manage.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Which direction is the where did the
I'll show
real
you.
estate hide the shrines?
I'll show you where the prayer room is. It's near me and Ree's room.
Well,
I mean, this is honestly for you two. I'm gonna be hitting the flight area. Mostly because I have a feeling that getting hit with more frickin' radiant energy may have woken up some more of the sun bits, so there's some stuff I want to try out. So yeah, I just figured that if you're gonna be a cleric, you ought to at least learn the devotions.
Yeah.
There's a
Reading
whole
about that
set.
myself, really.
Yeah, so there is Hazel and Ava, and Hazel probably going through the. Is she
Yeah,
gonna? Is she gonna?
essentially just operating as a walkthrough.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering if you were doing the full and then telling her that there's a shorter one for when we've got shit to do, or are you just gonna do the we've got shit to do one?
Well, in this case, yeah, I'm just gonna start with the full version, and after we finish, there's a shorthand one. If we have enough time, I can explain it, and I'm just gonna to look out into the hall space to make sure that well, to see if anybody else is up and at him yet.
Not at this point, no. Alice didn't wake anyone unless legs count, because if you look into the room where she's doing the flying, um, Alice has brought legs out. She is racing legs, and she is winning. She got the 5 foot increase in movement speed.
Monko Zoom, and this also includes any animal flight speeds, and
Yep.
this is why Arakocra monks are broken.
And I'm pretty sure you could say the same thing about Alice at the moment. So yeah, it really is just new. And from what little you can tell, Legolas looks offended. Impressed but offended. It's that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like, my writer is awesome, but how dare you?
And okay, we do have time. into the prayer space. Right, we do have time. You'll see when we're done. And I'm gonna run her through the we have shit to do devotions as well.
Yeah, and by around that time, Cherie tends to actually wake Barnabas up when she's getting up, mostly because she wants opinions on breakfast.
Oh, mm,
Omelets.
morning. Yeah. Yes.
Eh,
Um.
Obviously, no market trips this morning.
mhm.
I'm not an expert, but you ever have you know that feeling when you can tell someone else in a house is moving?
Oh yeah.
I'm getting that.
Me too.
Let's go have a quick hunt before we start the omelette.
Mhm.
Given it's quite early, I think we'll start with prayer space. And yeah, you get Cherie and Barnabas knock and look in just as Hazel's finishing the shit to do dawn devotions.
Perfect timing. Just wrapped
Morning.
up with this, and oh, you haven't seen it yet, have you?
Which in particular?
Come on, I'll point out which room this is happening in.
Yeah, it's more or less across the corridor.
Yeah, just shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Indicate, and just kind of pull the door up just a wee bit.
Oh.
Barnabas, go wake up Remy. She has to see this.
Yes, man.
Deja vu. We have been in this place before.
Meanwhile, if anybody wants to watch or help me make omelettes,
I can do that.
so yeah, I'm assuming Barnabas did, because the door to Remy and Alice's room is just down the corridor from the prayer space.
Remy, hey,
Huh?
uh, sorry to wake you, but you got to see this. LSA's gotten faster.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, I imagine
She'll
fling,
scramble out eventually.
yeah, fling on something resembling clothes, and yeah, you peek
Mhm.
in and you. Yeah, it's kind of impressive seeing Alcé beat a dire moose in a wing race.
Oh, that's what he meant.
And Alcé looks over. Hey,
Hey.
then lands. I was kind of up anyway because I have a feeling more of the Sun Soul thing is kicked in, but I also wanted to wake up Ava and Hazel because Ava's new to the whole Palor cleric thing, and I figured that Hazel would have remembered that she probably needs to teach Ava eventually, but I figured a little nudge wouldn't hurt.
That's probably for the best.
And I vaguely heard something about omelets, so I'm going to do a little bit of a morning workout before that. Wanna come?
Of course.
Yeah. Which is hilarious when does what should be a heel strike and winds up casting burning hands out of that. Interesting to note that
Hama
she's.
foot.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that she's used enough to the wings now that when she startles back, she does not fall on her ass. She does that fly up a couple of feet like when you startle city pigeons. uh, tries again. Oh, this is cool.
That is cool.
I mean, I'm glad Darwin isn't here. He would turn that into such a pun thing. That's going to be an interesting one to tell the others who are using my testing my speed against Legolas as a spectator sport. Yes, I did notice them there. I just didn't see that as a neat reason to stop. Remember,
That's very
passive
fair.
perception, insane.
I bet.
Then, meanwhile, omelets don't tend to take very long to prep for, and fillings like to be tailored to individual people. So y'all hear the bing, 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 and Hazel's like, I need to drag Clarity out of bed. She does not wake up to the bing, bing, bing. I'm assuming Hazel does that?
In a shell nut, yeah.
Cool. Just making sure you looked a little zoned out. That's why I. So yeah,
There was
Clarity.
at least part of that was an audio moment where I was like, hold on. Didn't
Ah,
know if anyone had actually even mentioned Hazel because I didn't even hear that.
no, yes. Hazel will note that Clarity does not like waking up to the bell. She will just pull either her pillow or a cat over her head to drown it out. In this case, when Hazel
Hmm.
arrives in their room, it is a cat. It is, in fact, probably Jagaimo.
Okay.
You do have Michigan sitting at the foot of the bed going, yeet?
On my signal. On my signal.
Oh no.
Does the little cat butt wiggle?
And I'm going to sort of reach under the covers and if I can reach Clarity's feet, just start tickling.
I'm assuming that's the signal.
Because the minute she pops up even a little bit from that, or starts giggling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start ticking.
Just snapping
Okay.
gesture.
Well, yes. But we're gonna start with having Clarity make an athletics check to see if she actually manages to kick Hazel. Look, depending on how ticklish she is, it might not be. It might be. In fact, that kind of is what it is. I'm rolling the hand of fate here. You almost manage to stay on the bed when you get effectively kicked in the midriff by a very ticklish Clarity, but not sure you understood what Michigan meant by yeet, because when you gave the signal and started the tickling, pounced onto Clarity. Cats scatter in all directions, and you were just a bit off balance when 5 of them decided to use you as a ramp.
Oh no.
And that
Go
knocks
ahead,
you
you
all
got
the
the
way off. And that knocks you all the way off the bed.
Oh no.
Eh, something just proceeded to go. Surprise! Hello. That was the objective anyway.
Yeah, so there's an absence of cats, there's an absence of tickling, but there's a Michigan. Delicious.
Am I delicious?
Sort of looks over to where Hazel is in this, I don't know, is she kind of look.
She offers her hair.
That's very context dependent. I've got opinions that differ from several other people's.
Plate delicious.
I'm too tired to understand what that meant.
Hazel is wise. This is Michigan trying to differentiate between food that is to be eaten by people delicious and food that you have to hunt delicious.
And what was the exact word that was used?
Plate, as in dinner plate, delicious.
And so is he? So hold up, is he asking about
No,
that? Or...
he's trying to explain to Clarity, because Clarity doesn't seem to understand and is offering hair like food. So he's trying to explain, no, I'm not trying to eat you. I'm trying to tell you that there is deliciousness that's made for you guys, and I will steal some, but doesn't
And
have the vocab
breakfast.
for that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Looks over. Breakfast.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's morning delicious. It's breakfast.
Breakfast.
Just a giggle from my flattened ass.
That's adorable.
It's sort of does that kind of, when cats do the leggy way out kind of strut, strut, strut. Kind of like a combination of that and crows hopping, going breakfast, breakfast, breakfast.
Yes, go tell everyone else about breakfast.
But to be honest, I'm sure most everybody else is in the kitchen by now, going, "Where are those two?" And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's part of why I said go tell everyone else about breakfast. Just 'cause I want them to be subjected to Michigan ambushing everyone at once.
I'm sorry, the tickling was your entire fault. So anyway, yes, the rest of you are getting bouncy church griffin attempting to say breakfast badly.
Looks like he's trying to learn a new word.
Where are
Yeet.
Um, I'm
I-
guessing Dorothy's not very much of a morning person, so I'm guessing Hazel went to wake her up.
Yeet.
Probably.
To be fair, you guys do know that that is a word that is associated with throwing things, usually smaller sapient beings. It's technically a halfling word.
And after all, remember, Ava, you have been yeeted before by Hazel, so
Why are you talking about throwing?
It does a kind of a
You
butt
just
wiggle,
run onto.
and then pounces while saying yeet, yeet.
Oh, you jump on Clarity.
You were. Did it work?
Ish.
with the conscious clarity, I'm going to be attempting to slowly extract her from under the cover's pile.
Just gonna sort of slither into some clothes and then sort of
It is.
slump around.
Yeah, currently, Michigan's desperately trying to explain what happened by sort of as gently as possible, because doesn't want to claw anybody. Doing a sort of a tickly gesture at the sole of Ryland's boot. With this expression of word. I need word. I don't have word.
No.
Like having a Kenku moment over here.
I think he's trying to tickle your feet.
Tickle. And bounces onto Ava's lap and loafs. And yeah, you guys come in and somewhat bewildered Rylan and equally bewildered Ava, but happily petting a Michigan at the same time, and just about everybody else in the kitchen looking at you two like. And Darvin is like, I think I speak for all of us when I say, what the fuck?
What?
Just does the Will Smith gesture at Michigan.
Tickle yeet. Coffee.
Tickle eat.
There we go.
Oh boy.
Hey, you got warning, and therefore didn't make us in too many assumptions.
Yeah, but can we expand on that? This sentence, no verb. This sentence barely nouns.
I mean, I woke her up.
But who was doing the eating?
Everybody. All the eating. All. She got yeeted. He yeeted himself. I did not eat. I was unconscious
If
until I wasn't.
Michigan is baby eat. It's the name that Michigan's master most often calls Clarity. So, baby eat.
Hmm.
Look, I got very directly introduced to feet for free, and
That's not the right phrasing.
And Darvin is. I was gonna say some people charge a lot for that.
went to tickle her feet, and then I got very physically introduced to the foot.
That's still not the right phrasing.
Like I said, some people, I'll say it's like you would not believe what some people will pay for that.
You
Hmm.
kicked me, therefore you introduced me to your foot very physically.
Mhm.
You tried to tickle his feet. Like,
And Darvin is like, that's not a formal introduction. Get Ava to tell you about formal introductions.
Good to see the breakfast conversation just got completely derailed.
And Shuri is like, while we're having this conversation, can somebody please tell me what they want in an omelette? Yes, I'll assume people give appropriate, like, vague ingredients
Permissible
lists,
things,
and yes, Hazel's is unreasonably spicy.
yes. Nuclear omelet, go!
Well, you know. And so yes, eventually people get to omelets, hash browns, leftover ham, clunk. Well, not Rylan so much the ham, but you know what I mean. So I'm taking it that the wake up call for some of you this morning was a little interesting.
apparently.
Wonderfully goofy. Made of
Looking up for the from the slice of
surprise
ham.
me, I guess.
Well, looking at Michigan looking up from the slice of ham that would have been Ryland's tickle eat. Peck 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 peck.
Definitely an interesting way to be woken up for sure.
Yeah. Did you know that in the absence of me, just cat cover, all of them,
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not really
including
surprised.
a cat used to muffle noise by way of just being over your entire head.
Seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, she doesn't like alone.
It's just cute. And then I got used as an on-ramp by every single one of them when Michigan landed on her. Well, no, not on-ramp, off-ramp.
And in other news, for the like two of you that weren't there for it, I can actually outfly Legolas. And also for the all of you but one who don't know this, anybody know the spell Burning Hands?
I used to.
Seen clerics use it.
Well, now apparently I can. Seems to be more of this sun
Thanks for the
thing.
firepower.
Sun. And Darfin is like, I don't know whether to congratulate you or groan at
I
that
didn't even
pun.
do that on
So I'm
purpose.
good.
Fuck.
And Alice says, just it's always great when you swear though. I do like that. But yeah, apparently the sun is not just divine energy; it's also pure straight up fire.
I think we've been over this. We walk in the sun.
And the
what does
sun
the sun
burns
do?
all evil.
Exactly!
Eat your capsaicin omelet.
You know what? I'm okay. If I remembered to bring any of the additional stuff, I need to find the sauce. The food
You
noodle.
you you have you have a dedicated snacks cabinet. It's in the dedicated snacks cabinet. There's an entire shelf in that devoted to Hazel's nuclear spice rack.
Just open that, and I'm pulling the one that was hitting people by proximity from opening.
You are not putting that on your plate until after everyone else has finished their meal.
Also, isn't
I'm
there
gonna set it.
spicy
I'm gonna
enough?
set it next to my plate and just grin.
I'm going to have to make you a second one because if you don't eat that one, it'll go cold. Everyone, please finish your omelets for your own.
Because proceed to buzzsaw mine.
Yeah, everyone, please finish your omelets out of sheer self-preservation.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we will reconvene in the living room with second cups of coffee and regrouping to prepare for our conversation with the walrus. And when making Hazel's second omelet, Cherie does actually raid Hazel's dedicated spice rack.
Oh god.
Leaves
between
the-
that and the
Leaves the sauce on the table, but yeah, I'm assuming people like finish up. And to be fair, Alice is probably staying just because I am going to try a bite of this.
God, it's probably gonna be so nuclear that people from the next room over are gonna smell this thing.
Yeah, but at least they won't be like eye watered into oblivion over it.
Sure, he finishing building it for the freaking gas.
Oh, she's actually sort of prestidigitating the air ahead of her to clear the smell.
As Clarity is going into the other room, she's just sort of idly saying to Ava, "You know, it's always really interesting kissing her after she has some of her experiments. Like, my eyes start itching. I can't stand spicy things, so, you know, it's pretty hot. Not in a, like, that's hot sort of way, but, you know, in a spicy sort of way."
Darvin is just laughing and like, I love you too. And yes, because Cherie is a little bit of a troll, Hazel, I am actually going to have to ask you to make a Constitution save.
Good, we cleared the bar.
It still has not defeated you.
It's just I'm fine.
I mean, yeah, okay, your eyes are watering a little bit and your face is the color of a tomato, but still loving it.
Have I applied the doom sauce?
That's the roll with the doom sauce, yes.
Well, it's alive.
Yeah, when I opened that, how much did the proximity?
You guys are very definitely smelling spicy. It's not enough to be harmful, but you're definitely smelling spicy.
Oh, wow. Smelling of the milk.
Yeah, Alice can steal as much as she wants. if
No,
wants to try this abomination.
she was given a separate square of her own. But she's good. She's gonna hang out with Hazel until she's finished buzzsawing it.
I can say one thing. Whew, I'm awake now.
Yeah, they'll do that. Come on. Yeah,
Gonna walk in.
Alice had the sense to cleanse her palate with some coffee. Hazel's breath is enough to make your eyes water it like 10 paces.
Yeah, gonna be feeling that later.
Coffee? Coffee.
No.
Something. Anything.
And Cherie just comes out. Mint tea.
That'll do.
Matters improve.
Eh.
So, off to the Walrus.
Yep.
Darwin is like, I might avoid talking to the Walrus because I've already pissed off an archfey here. I don't really want to jeopardize anything. I will hold down the fort. Maybe fight with the unseen servants over who gets to do the dishes. And we know what we're asking, right?
Mostly about the funds,
just-
I think you said.
Yeah, pretty much. If anything else has been going on in the area that might lead to follow-up questions. I mean, to be honest, I'm interested in anything Ryland might have to ask because this is their forest. Okay, it's a little far away from their encampment, but
It's
still kind of
definitely
your
in my
territory.
neck of the woods.
Eh, still kind of your territory. Not even in the same direction as the Marsh Witch.
Pardon? Oh,
Yeah, in all fairness, I guess mostly the wood is hers. We probably better not tell that to the Walrus. The Walrus might get offended.
definitely.
I guess we're as ready as we'll ever be, shall we? Yeah, leaves the door just a little bit so y'all can get back in. And over to the cave. How are y'all going to approach the cave?
Safest
Cautiously.
thing would be to find a way to knock.
Well, there's cave walls. It depends on like how far in do you want to go, or are you just gonna knock on the outside?
Yeah, move up to the sort of the cave edge slash lip and just sort of shave and haircut 2 bits with I guess an armored something or other.
You don't always hit in the same place when you do that. Um, just in general, comes close, but the 2 bits are kind of lower down on the rock than the shave and haircut. So it's this kind of muffled thump, 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 and then it's probably only 2 rather than 2 bits because it's that part of the cave wall and gong.
How whack did I? What just happened? Did I just get launched?
No, that's just the noise that your fist hitting the rock made.
It made the Taco Bell bong noise.
More like a louder iteration of the gong at the end of Bohemian Rhapsody.
What? Oh, good God. Yep. Cleric is now stun locked. Something just out-noised me. I am error.
And what kind of bounces out is really fluffy baby seals. Boink,
Oh,
boink,
no.
boink, 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 boink. Who
Wait,
is?
the white.
Who is? Please?
Hello? We're the Cupcake Coterie? We're here to speak to Walrus?
You don't seem very sure.
We weren't expecting Minnie.
We weren't expecting you guys. Just at all. We weren't. We did not know you were here. So we're a little confused.
With the big dark eyes. I didn't mean to be disappointing.
Not disappointing. Unexpected. Yeah, surprising. That's good. That's not bad. It's just gonna take us a minute to understand it.
Well, most people's have surprising as a not good because they want what they want.
This
And
is
what I
the
want is
best
surprise me.
thing ever.
And yeah, Clarity really, really likes Fluffy. And cute.
Is what cute?
Well, you look very fluffy and cute. It's an appearance.
I know fluffy, I know not cute.
Oh boy. Does anyone have a way to explain cute and fluffy? Or specifically cute? I'm having a words moment.
It makes people happy. A lot of the time. So it's a good thing.
Why you want walrus?
We wanted to ask him some questions. We kind of helped him get back here the other day, even if the giant metal smashy thing got in the way.
Where is the metal smashy?
Got the straw.
Clearing is from where we are?
Like, literally right outside.
Right over there. It was over there. It kind of made over there stop being over there.
Oh, is that why there are pieces?
Yep.
Were there no squidge bits in the pieces?
There were no squidge bits in the pieces.
That is not fair. Ate my cousins. Walrus is this way. Turns around and boink, 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 boink. Very easy to keep up with because baby seal not go very fast.
Scooch. It's the kind that under normal circumstances, if they weren't speaking functionally common somehow, we'd be hearing egg, egg.
Yeah, but not so much scrunch. It's literally bounce, 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 bounce.
That scooch bounce they do.
Yeah.
Plop, 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 plop.
Yep. I'm assuming you're following patiently along behind. Boink, boink,
Politely,
boink,
yes.
Boink. Yeah, you walk through for a bit and it's still winter once you get through like cave tunnel. What you've got is kind of ice lagoon. You've got various seals, whole bunch of penguins. And Clarity may wince a little at this because there is an orca.
Huh.
There's an Oreo dolphin just around.
Just swimming in this big ass lagoon. It kind of looks like a very well done zoo habitat.
Okay. For as silly as this morning has been, it just got weirder.
I've Definitely not what I was expecting.
Penguins notice they are being watched and, much like the amber mice before them, go into a happy feet style dance routine.
Oh, darling. Couldn't be
You
so
know,
sad
at this point, I've stopped trying to figure out what happens when this much magic gets into a single place, because we get stuff like this.
Darwin's gonna be so sad he missed that.
And the fairy kind of flies over and going, "It's the Tuxedo Potato Review!"
Yes, yes, it is.
Well, you made the big metal thing explode. The tuxedo potatoes are helpful. To be honest, you guys know what a potato is. You're not really sure what a tuxedo is. Barnabas, maybe. And to be fair, Barnabas is the one that notices, yeah, they're actually wearing little bow ties.
That wearing bow ties.
Yes.
I'll- okay, tuxedo is appropriate.
There wouldn't be a tuxedo without a bow tie.
That's true.
We're trying to weave enough grasses for cumberbatches? And from the walrus, cumberbuns. That's what I said!
Isn't that the name of a dragon or something?
Sounds like it.
Anyway, hi. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Where's the screamy purple one?
Oh, he's holding down
Holding down the fort and trying to contain his own screaming.
There's this grin. Biss? Biss? No. Yeah! There's that one we don't know where it came from. Biss. Oh, come on. You don't like new and surprising. These ones do. Fine. Wait right there. Meow. Comes back with a egg a little bit bigger than she is. Her carrying capacity is impressive.
What the?
It's kind of off purple when you look at it. Please, someone take this.
Hold
what is
Uh,
it?
It's,
Taking the
I mean,
thing.
it's like football sized.
This is an egg,
Yes.
and it's purple.
Yes.
This is because of the purple screaming, isn't it?
I had never thought of that.
Do we know what's?
Or-
Can you tell what sort of egg it is?
We still don't know. The tension mounts.
Oh, well, I meant our character, sorry.
But it's something Ava would ask, so I'm sticking with it. Because you don't know anything that lays purplish eggs. Not big enough to be a dragon egg. That you know about anyway.
Dragon egg that I can tell. But I don't know anything that lays purple eggs.
I mean, we've seen a lot of purple things.
Ducks come out of blue eggs sometimes.
There's also that. Yeah, stuff comes out of eggs that don't match color-wise.
Not all chickens are white or brown.
Exactly.
At least so I hear. What's a chicken? It's like a tuxedo potato with longer legs and wings that actually work. There's work. No, not as accessories. No, they were just fins.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
No, no, like hers.
Fins, but in the air, okay?
Air fins.
I know.
Ugh,
It's like swimming, but in the sky.
that sounds awful. I like it.
To each their own, right?
Yeah, I like it. So does legs. Whose legs? No, Legolas. Dire moose. Dire moose have wings. Biss is apparently the name of the fairy. Dire moose don't have wings. Mine does. Ask her.
Who's getting, sorry, who's getting pointed at?
Clarity. Yeah, the walrus, Biss the fairy, and the entire Tuxedo Potato Review are looking at you.
Um, I work for an archfey,
What?
and
That little robe potato?
not the rogue potato. Mine's not quite as potato shaped. Mine is taller and pretty and likes silly things called, whimsical things, and she gave the dire moose wings as a present.
Glory to sparkle motion and all that.
Does the moose have sparkle motion? No, he would probably kill me and then her if he had sparkle anything. And by her, I don't know whether I mean you or your patron. Sorry about that. Legs has views.
Sure.
I'm cool. I, I don't know how cool I'd be with Sparkly. It's just he wouldn't fit in quite as well in most types of snow anymore. Behold Smeagol trying to entertain the cat.
Yelling at me.
Oh.
We can't hear you. We can't hear her, so I'm sorry. I don't care.
She wants to play.
She. Trinket's a she. That
Yes.
trinket's a she.
Hmm.
Bear trinket is he.
Yeah,
Cat trinket is she.
yeah, that's
She's a ridiculous, built-in monochrome, but programmed in orange thing.
You have a Michigan.
Yeah.
But somehow more clueless.
Only because can't speak common.
Or understand it, for that matter.
It's debatable how much Michigan understands common, really.
Fair point.
Okay, so did you just come for the entertainment? We don't do lunch until later, and I'm not sure you would be interested.
We did want to ask you about the fonts.
Now everybody's looking kind of suspiciously at you. Why? Out of character, Barnabas, Hazel, and Clarity in particular will remember that the last people you heard about who were trying to mess with the font have been in the Marsh Witch's care as otters for about a century. Probably more than, actually.
They're checking up on it to make sure everything is no more weird than it is on a day-to-day. By the grace of the Marsh Witch, in fact.
We're not weird. You're weird.
Well, that's the thing. You're not weird for the area. For us, everything about here is a little bit weird. Not in a bad way, but it is strange to us.
How is this strange?
Not strange to
We
you because that's how you've always lived, but
I'm
yeah.
asking why it seems strange to you.
Usually when we see tuxedo potato um yourself, the fluffy ones that kind of vaguely hop, and soggy monochrome.
Soggy monochrome breeches appears to look at you all, gives a short burst of Pavarotti style opera and then dives again.
Th- this in this temperature set is outside of the temperature set of everywhere else around it, and we usually see all of you in a location that's entirely the kind of temperatures required for this.
Oh,
Cold, very cold,
well, yes, but it's
so cold the air hurts my face.
Well, yes, it's winter. This is different in summer.
Wait, how is this different in summer?
I am a moose.
Really?
Oh
Huh.
no. Hazel's processed, oh no, they're all Fae, and just fully froze up.
Biss is just. They change with the seasons. Well, equinoxes, honestly.
Mm.
So, spring and summer, we get moose, squirrels. Marco over there turns into a whole bunch of angelfish.
Saki monochrome
Mark,
into angelfish.
yeah,
Yeah, currently Hazel's just locked up at his because you see that oh no, everything is Fae look on her face.
Wait, didn't the Walrus, sir, didn't you come here by tornado?
yes, I wasn't always sometimes a moose.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because they're now all looking at Rylan. What?
I'm just trying to process. I'm probably the one of us who's from the closest to here,
Oh,
and a lot of this was not explored space.
Biss kind of hovers up to Rylan and says quietly, "Yeah, they kind of like you. Um, it's kind of like a cross between uh, kids watching an ant farm and housewives watching a soap opera. And none of you know what that last bit means in character, but out of character, it means exactly what it sounds like.
Oh god, they know they have modern entertainment standards.
Biss does anyway.
I
Oh, sorry, right. No, you don't have any of that. Um, listening to comedy tavern ballads or people watching or both. You see, there's a world where there's no magic but a lot of television. None of this means anything
What
to
is
you.
that?
Picture box.
What? What?
You know plays?
Yes.
It's like somebody watched them, made a sort of silent image generator of them, and then beamed them by, well, it's not magic, it's some kind of technology into people's homes. So they watch it on a little box. Kind of like the bottled music in Eggref, but not magic at all.
Huh.
Let's just say I got picked up by a very different tornado.
I can.
Huh.
And points at Cherie. I used to be her shaped. Now I'm. None of you know what a Barbie doll is. It's really frustrating.
You know what a doll is?
Yeah, except at least I'm not built quite as anatomically problematic. No, seriously, their waists were almost the same width as their necks.
Ugh.
What?
I
Why?
can't.
No.
And human women were supposed to want to look like that. They'd snap in half. Scientists looked at it. They would literally snap in half.
Hazel's just looking at her armored self and going, "What? Huh?"
Put it this way, those humans are weirdos. Actually, no, not all of the humans are weirdos, just the marketing directors, and that doesn't mean anything to you either.
People who
Why
direct
did they
the
ever do that?
Sort of. They figure out what they think people should want to buy, and then they push it on people. By
They're
advertising.
barkers of the worst kind.
Yeah, but they also put things in little picture boxes. And in the bottled music. And on signs through every city and thoroughfare in the world.
Pamphlets for the
That's
place?
annoying.
Well, no, like big signs. Like the size of that wall sign, some of them.
There's a wall sign, isn't there?
No, there is not, thankfully. I would magic up how it would look, but that's the one of the things I like about this place. We don't have to deal with any of that crap.
Understandable.
Alright.
Basically, this end of the Elven Wild seems to be where all the magically interesting and maybe shouldn't interact too much with the rest of your world ends up.
If they're that skinny, how would they ever
It doesn't
how
matter.
would they be able to lift people?
No, they literally, medics have studied all of that, and when they stood up, they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't have the muscles needed to hold up their front halves, so the front halves would fold over, and their spine would break.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm just like, but why
It's-
would you even try to be close to that? You'd be too skinny to lift the person you give a shit about. You need to be able to do that. Uppies! Hazel's still stuck on the why are they not just defaulting to farm girl can bench press her girlfriend logic?
Well, I mean, some people like the step on me mommy thing, but most have this really horrific, you don't know the term misogyny, thank the gods for that, but there's a lot of men in that world who think that women should just be pretty, ornamental, cooking, barefoot, and pregnant, and not have the brains God gave a goat.
cleric 404 brain not found.
Sh- Barnabas is the only one who knows this expression on Cherie. That expression is the back away very fucking quickly. Yeah, you see Barnabas just kind of.
Back up, back up. Teleport. Back up, back up.
Looping back for like 60 feet to go.
So, have you noticed anything going wrong with the font? Biss actually looks a little bit relieved to be derailed from that particular bit of rant, though you can see she's been sitting on it for a while. Right. Yes. Okay. No, not so much. We haven't had so much. I have a feeling that the detritus that ends up here, that you can actually live here because of the font. I think a lot of it comes shedding out of some bits of weirdness around the Shattered Lands. I'm not really sure. But everything is still surviving as far as that goes.
That's a relief.
Is there going to be a problem about that in the future?
I mean, we just took care of the one thing that we were worried could be, so
We hope not.
But there might be.
if there is any other threat to it, we do not know of it currently.
Does somebody want to be a realist, please? Looks at Remy. You look like somebody who doesn't mind uh, anticipating problems.
We dealt with the biggest threat in this region, but a group of Aranese who had brought that threat here in the first place have departed, and we're not sure where they're going or what their intent is, although they did choose to abandon their original plan with that threat they brought, the bomb.
Oh, the let's embody a god in a tin can?
Yes, that's gone. That's been destroyed.
Well, I know the tin can is gone, but yeah, no. Walrus, yes, I know. I will. If you go about 2 miles, I think that's sort of a southeasterly direction, you'll find the font. Go and see if the fortifications that are now in place, you haven't seen this thing move, by the way, are sufficient. And then if you want, you can come back and we will be having the lunch of Biss's people. You don't have to do that, you know. Well, sometimes I do. You haven't had a rant like that in a decade. We will go and inspect the fortifications then. Thank you very much, shall we?
Thank you.
You do your bit of hike, and you can hear the font before you see it, but it's not the rushing of water that you'd necessarily think. It's actually more of a carillon of little silver bells, kind of the apotheosis of Darwin's gling. It sounds like magic, basically. A hum and a tinkle and a... the first thing you see when you get there. How many of you have read Calvin and Hobbes?
I've seen a bit, read a bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know the snowmen?
Oh no.
No.
Oh
Oh.
no.
The snow goons.
Those.
Yes.
Those snowmen.
Is that the ones where they come to life and?
Well, it's
no,
not.
No.
Well, I mean, these
They're
ones.
the ones that
These ones.
Cal-
This ain't Olaf the snowman. This is. Calvin had a tendency when he made snowmen to make these dioramas of little
unhinged shit.
a little teeny snowmen being chased by big snowmen. And there was a guillotine at one point. There was the one
So
that
many.
there was the one that made that he made look like Calvin's dad had hit with the car, that kind of thing.
Automobile, the Frankenstein, the effigies, tiny snowmen, Calvin decoy, two-headed snowman, snowman house of horror.
Somebody's googling.
There's
But
a
this-
list.
But yeah, this is basically like Olaf-ish style approximation of slasher horror movie antagonists. So I'm never sure with slasher movies whether the ones doing the slashing.
Antagonists or like the victims.
No, that you out of character you recognize this. This is Freddy Krueger glove.
They look like Freddy Krueger.
Some of them do. A couple of them do anyway, but you also have the hockey mask. One of them with, you don't want to know what skin it's wearing on its head, carrying. At least you know enough about Egref to know what a chainsaw is. But yeah, like proper slashers with one spot set aside for the predator.
Okay, some of these I understand and am freaked out by. That includes the Egrefian chain blade thing. What the fuck is that? I'm just pointing at the predator.
Huh.
I don't know, but if I meet one that's not made out of snow, I want to fight it. And then there is one last thing. This one is to scale and looks far too lifelike, bar for being out of snow. Alien Queen.
Okay, I thought the last one was bad. This is worse.
They're just patrolling the font.
What in the...
Guess they're guardians?
From
What's that last one? An abomination that looks like someone spliced a dragon with an Umber Hulk and then every other insect in the swamp.
the one with the hand knives is. We are the font guardians of the font. The one with the hockey mask is winged assholes quiver before us, and in unison, fuck off. Look, a lot of this is coming from Biss, and she is made of meme.
Why?
In complete unison, because we can!
Do what you must because you can?
Alice says, ours is not to reason why, ours is just to applaud the ingenuity.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's just confusing.
Okay, let's be confused about the food of Biss's people. Yeah, it's actually kind of disappointing. Interesting, but disappointing because what you have is McDonald's.
We wait. We had this at the train station.
Yeah.
Well, you have to actually unwrap the things to really know because this is actually in the McDonald's bags and things.
I'm unwrapping one of them, just staring at it, kind of confused. Like, we had this at the train station.
No, you had the breakfast at the train station. This is the lunch. You had
This
McMuffins.
looks. I mean,
It's a burger.
okay,
It's a burger,
bread's
but it's
different.
remarkably flat.
It's like all the bread and the meat's different, but it's flat. It's the same flat, it's just like flat-er somehow. How is this flat?
It just comes that way.
Why is it this flat?
This is apparently stronger than anything her size should be because she's holding a whole ass cheeseburger. Munch, 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 munch. You should eat the fries before they get cold and turn evil. Munch, 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 munch. And let's face it,
What do you mean turn evil?
All right.
let's face it, the fries are the best thing about McDonald's. They're the only halfway good thing about McDonald's, except maybe the milkshakes. The burgers are a disappointment. So you're kind of glad that breakfast wasn't that long ago, and you're not really that hungry anyway. But Hazel on her surprise me is kind of munch. And it's a McDonald's cheeseburger. It tastes like microplastics.
Like, I mean, this is. It kind of is.
Yeah!
It's not bad, but it's not good. It just is.
You should come back on a week Tuesday because it's meme food night. We're having nun pizza with left beef.
What are you?
Very, very much out of my element.
Why are you? How are you?
My name is not Descartes, okay? I don't know! I'm just glad they can conjure McDonald's sometimes.
That what this is?
I mean, okay, arguably Wendy's is better, but sometimes I just have a craving for bland, and this whole world doesn't do bland.
Cherie, we need to subject this one to ambient food.
No, you see, you don't understand. I get overwhelmed. That's the impression I was getting, actually.
Ah.
I have a feeling that
Okay.
her world didn't have the standards we do. Well, some of them had standards. It's just there was also a lot of pollution. That's not a word you guys even know. Barnabas, maybe. I mean, is it League?
Oh, but Ravnica is also the mother of all recycling locations. Freaking Golgari.
Fair
Right,
enough,
but
but that doesn't stop
But
air.
is it in Simic? Stuff happens.
We're talking air.
Bio sludge.
Yeah, air problems probably on occasion.
They would be the ones who would have the weather controlling space laser.
So yeah, I mean, feel free to drop back. I think Walrus likes you. They're tolerable. Screechy, but tolerable.
Screechy when confused.
Yes, and given what you've already said, you are going to be confused every time you come here. So, tolerable.
That's good. I think I like that.
We will probably check in once we've done some research and maybe see what. I mean, I'm taking it, Biss, that you're dealing with just prestidigitation. Yeah. We'll see about changes of clothes. I'm sure the folks at Ambier would love a challenge. Really? Attempts to hug Alice A, but is far too small, so it's kind of halfway around the biceps. You're welcome. Can we go, please? We have to go tell a bard what he's missed. We should bring him one of the burgers. Yoink. And Shri is, don't
Yeah.
worry, I'll make something that tastes like something when we get back. Thank you for your hospitality. Mr. Walrus, how are your dietary needs? Usually catered to. I don't eat that. It's just Biss needs this stuff. Fair enough. Hazel, do you want to bring out one of the catfish?
I'm gonna go get one.
So we'll shorthand it too, because we're past time now, that Hazel drags over a catfish to, make absolutely sure that you're on the nice end of tolerable, screechy notwithstanding. And when we come back in 2 weeks' time, we'll explain things to Darwin and start the research jaunt. And like I say, I've got noms on Monday for level up. Darwin's already done. Ava's already done. Hazel's already done. So that leaves Clarity, Ryland, Barnabas. Particularly for the one of you with with the multi-classing, uh, have a think, and when you know which one you will be leveling up, we can set up a time. Okay?
Okay.
Until then,
Okay.
see you in 2 weeks.